Welcome to the fucking metaverse. You guys created the first metaverse avatars in a certain sense. I mean, the first ready to rock and roll Meebits.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, what do you guys think about the metaverse? I mean, this is the fucking metaverse podcast,
Yeah.
and we haven't really talked about that. And if we could just touch on it a little bit, it would soothe my soul a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and there's no doubt, like we were, once again, kind of we were on our way to the fucking metaverse podcast. We started talking about our Minecraft experiences, and we were saying like we had like a server that we played in with, my nieces and nephew and your daughter, and for years that was like we'd be all in there building stuff and doing stuff, and now like that's like nostalgic for those kids are all teenagers now, and it's like nostalgic for them, and it's not nostalgic like a game they used to play. It's nostalgic like a place they used to spend time in, and they know where things are still, and we still have like that world saved in this. Like, oh, I want to go back there and go here and go there, and just even watching the way they played in there, it's like they're hanging out. Like the game needs to be there. That's part of it. But what they're really doing is hanging out in this metaverse. You know what I mean? Like that's a version of that. And so it seems pretty, kind of obvious that is just going to grow, and what the kids are doing will eventually be what everyone's doing, and that people will just be spending time in these kind of metaverse type environments, and it'll be mostly about spending time with each other. It'll be mostly about social, but it's not going to be like, here, have a virtual glass of beer with me. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be like just some kind of direct like, oh, it's just like hanging out in real life. Simulated having a drink with someone. It's just like it's. It's going to be around kind of like gaming and gaming like things. Yep. And
we agree.
Yeah. And people building stuff in there and creating experiences for each other, and so that all just seems obvious, and then of course, it'll matter. People will own things there and build things and buy things, that's obviously going to happen as well. So obviously it's that thing where it's like, who knows exactly how, but I don't think there's any doubt that will become, a reality.
I love that you describe it as like them visiting a place.
Yeah.
Rather than
Smelly Stink.
Just an experience.
That's the name of the world.
What's it called?
The world was called Smelly Stink.
It's called Smelly Stink.
I love that. So we kind of think the same thing. I mean, it's like the whatever degree to which we can increase the ownership proposition of these worlds and the items within it, we think is really important, because something that I think about a lot is like, what if that world just disappeared? It's like you can never go back there. And so that is like at the core of the things that we're trying to think through as we build out Other Side.
Yeah.
Like that Minecraft world we're talking about, we have a copy of that and we can run it. Like we have that. And so we can bring it back to life whenever we want. But if it was like a Fortnite server and they just were like, we're done with Fortnite, it's over. We can't go back to that place anymore.
You're right.
So,
and without community ownership, that's always going to happen. Just like how Ethereum is like, is Ethereum going to disappear tomorrow? No, because there's millions of people with billions of value driving it forward. And so like a metaverse thing should be like that as well, where it's like, well, everyone's got a stake, so it will always be driven forward.
It feels like that's just a more likely way for it to get figured out too. That there'd be lots of people all sort of connected by incentives or, technical structures, standards, whatever it is. And that weird thing that I would have never thought to do that actually is pretty fun, and it's turning into more than just a little game.
It's kind of like the BOIC bathroom wall to start, which is like, oh, we imagined that like people would draw like really highfalutin art. And it's like, nope, first thing drawn was a dick. Yeah. And it's like, so anytime someone's going to try and like centralize control in the metaverse and tell you what to do, someone's just going to fucking vampire attack it and draw dicks. It's just going to be its own thing.
That's sort of what we were talking about earlier at the beginning, was like dumb, fun things, like that's what we always wanted to make, because those are how the big things start, really, and they don't look like big things. And then just retroactively, we're like, oh, this incredible thing that has changed the world, but it was just fun at the start, It's
I mean, we had one of the biggest seed round valuations ever, but it was 9 months in, and if we'd actually done it right at the start, be like, look, it's monkeys on the internet, and it's a club, like it's just like,
it's a trade-off for sure. Even we came like a little later in CryptoPunks, like realizing what actually was cool about it, and it was partly people telling us that it was dumb, and we're like, I know, but like dumb and it's good, like there's something interesting here, like there's something that you can't deny that it is working here, if you think about it. So that's the kind of thing that we have, I think, gets us interested in something, and like anytime anybody, like a lot of people are doing something and you don't get it, like that's something you should check out, you know, like whether or not it makes sense to you or it looks like it's something easy to dismiss, like there's usually something cool happening there.
That's something that like I hope, you know, changes a little bit in the space. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but like just everyone taking everything so seriously. And it's like, you know, this is an avenue for creation and experimentation and fun. And it's just like, let's all just like make the weirdest things we can think of.